What's up, guys? I know it's been a minute, but we are back. We are back with another video. Now, today, I'm actually gonna do something a little bit different. The last video I did, I kind of broke down what a flip looks like or how I analyze my flips. So today I'm gonna do the same thing, and I'm gonna break down what a rental property should look like, or what I look for when I'm buying my rental properties. And I'm gonna break a deal down and show you all exactly what a deal looks like, so you all will know exactly what a deal looks like when you all are out there buying your properties. If you've been following our channel, we just bought a property earlier in the year, towards the end of the summer, and we're turning that into a rental property. So we've already finished that work. Right now we're in the refinance stage of the process. And in our next video, we're gonna give you all an update of what the property looks like. But in this video, sit tight. We're gonna show you all exactly what a rental property should look like, how to analyze a rental deal, especially if you're doing the BRRR strategy. Now, before we do that, if you haven't followed my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that like button and turn the notifications on so you will know when we drop new videos. With no further ado, let's get started. Let me start off with the property that we actually closed on. It's the property that we've been showing you all over the last few series of videos. Now, when we bought the property, purchase price, we paid $38,500 for this property. Believe it or not, yes, that's what we paid for the property. Now we bought the property, we did get a loan. When we got the loan, we had to pay some lender fees. And those lender fees were $2,155. So that's what we paid the bank to do the loan, or to give us the loan. Closing costs. So whenever you buy a property, you have to hire a title company. They're going to run title, make sure that the deed is transferred into your name, and then also record the deed. And that was $1,347.50. Hazard insurance. Now, hazard insurance is insurance that covers the property while you're doing the renovations. Title insurance is insurance to cover the title, to make sure you have clear title of the property as long as you own it. And we paid $3,000 for both of those. Hard costs. Now, these are going to be your renovation costs. This is the number that it's going to cost you to renovate and fix up the property. And that was $50,000. That's what we estimated. And believe it or not, we actually stayed within budget on this construction job. So we only spent $50,000 on this property. Buyer investment, that's your down payment. So typically we put 20% down on this property. I don't think we put 20% down because we had it at such a good deal, but typically 20% down is what you should expect to put down. In this case, we put $13,000 down on this property. That represents the purchase price plus the renovation amount. Both of those numbers, 20% is $13,000. So that's what we put down on the property. Estimated loan amount is $75,000. That represents the purchase price plus the renovation amount minus our down payment. And that was $75,000. So $75,000 is what our loan amount is when we bought the property. Financing costs. So these are your monthly interest-only payments. Typically, when you are buying a property and you have to fix it up, you're going to get a hard loan. That's what we got on this property, a hard loan. And you're going to make interest-only payments. In this case, the interest-only payment was $579. That's what we paid every month for this property. Now, when we finish the property, it is a 4-bed, 2-bath. 4-bed, 2-bath home. Estimated value based on the 4-bed, 2-bath home is $180,000 in this neighborhood. LTV. Now, LTV stands for loan to value. Loan to value represents what you owe on the property versus what it's worth. So we owe $75,000 and it's worth $180,000, and that represents 41%. So we owe 41% of what this property is worth to the bank. Now this number, you want this number to be as low as possible. The lower this number, the more equity you have in the property. And it's very important that you have this number below 70%. And I'm going to tell you why in a second, or I'm going to show you why in a second. Now, 3 months payments in escrow. What that means is we like to collect 3 months of our interest-only payments, which is $579. We like to collect 3 months of those up front and pay them to the bank when we close on the property. The reason we do that is because we don't want to have to pay the bank anything when we first buy the property. We like to have a 90-day grace period, or I should say buffer to where we don't have to make any payments. So we collect the payments up front and we pay the bank those payments up front when we buy the property. Total needed at closing. So this is what we had to bring to the closing table when we bought the property. $21,000. That represents our lender fees up here, our closing costs, our hazard and title insurance, and our down payment, and 3 months of interest payments paid up front. And that equals $21,500. So that's what it took for us to buy the property. Now let's move to the second step. The next step in the BRRR strategy is to renovate. Now we've already shown you what the renovation process looks like in the series of videos that we've made. Now let's talk about the next R, which is refinance. So when we refinance the property, let me tell you what a refinance is for those that don't understand a refinance. A refinance is simply getting a new bank to pay off the old bank. That's all it is. Getting a new bank to pay off the old bank. Now, in this particular situation, you're going to do what's called a cash out refinance. And a cash out refinance not only pays off the old bank, but it also puts money in your pocket because you're getting a new loan substantially higher than what you currently owe on the property. So our loan payoff is $75,000 in this transaction. That's what we owed to the first bank. The new loan, which is the refinance amount, is $126,000. This represents 70% of its new value. The new value is $180,000. 70% of that is $126,000. So this number is substantially higher than what we owe. That's why I mentioned that it's important for you to be below 70% up here when it comes to your LTV, because you're going to need to refinance. And when you refinance, most banks are going to cap you at 70%. Now, some banks will give you 80%, but I personally don't like to be leveraged at 80%. I don't like the bank having that much leverage over me. So 70% is what I feel comfortable with, especially if the market were to tank. If the market were to drop 10 to 20%, I know I still have equity in this property. Now, when we do the refinance, we're going to have to pay more loan costs because we're getting a new loan, and we're going to pay around $2,500 in loan costs for this new loan. Title fees. Now, you're going to have to incur more title fees. Whenever a property transfers money, the new bank is going to require to have some type of title work done by a title company, and we typically pay about $1,000 for title work when we're doing a refinance. Sometimes we pay less than that. Home insurance and title insurance, we've got to pay that again as well. Now, net cash out. This represents how much money we're going to get when we execute the refinance. This is huge, $45,000. That represents $126,000 minus our loan payoff, minus our loan costs, our title fees, and insurance costs. $45,000 is what's left over, and that's what the title company is going to write us a check for. This number is huge because it's more than double what we put into the property when we bought it. Remember, we put $21,000 down on the property. Or I'm sorry, we spent $21,000 when we bought the property. And we're going to get $45,000 back. That is more than 100% return on our money just on the refinance. And that's not even all. Let's move to the next step, the rental. Now, when you buy a property or buy a rental property, there's one rule. Well, there's multiple rules, but one important rule, and that rule is cash flow. You need to make sure your rental property is cash flowing. Now, a rule of thumb for us is we try to make sure every door cash flows. And when I mean door, I mean every unit or every property cash flows at least $500 a month. Now, that's just a rule of thumb. Now, it's not always going to work out that way, but that's our goal, is to cash flow $500 a month. So let's see if this property is going to cash flow $500 a month. Now, when we refinance, as I mentioned earlier, our new loan amount is going to be $126,000. Now, we're going to have a monthly mortgage payment, and that's $600. Now, this is going to be a variable number depending on the person. So every one of you all out there watching this video, you might have a different payment because your payment is based on the bank and your credit score, and then other factors about you as a borrower. But $600 a month is what we pay on a $126,000 loan. Property taxes. We pay $166 a month on this property for property taxes. Insurance. $65 a month is what we pay for home insurance on this property. The total mortgage payment, which is $600 plus $166 plus $65, is $831. That's what we pay the bank every month for the mortgage, the taxes, and the insurance. The potential rent. Now, we've already ran comps on what we're going to get in rent in this neighborhood, and that's $1,600. $1,600 a month is what we should get in rent every month for this property. Now, we're going to have a property management company manage the property at $110 a month, and that leaves us $659 a month. Now, this is not a bad number for a rental property. $659 every month is what we're going to collect on this property. But that's not even the best part. In my opinion, the best part is this: the $45,000 we're going to be able to pull out of the property, because not only did we make a profit on the refinance, but we have double the money, more than double the money, so that we can go out and buy 2 more of these deals. And ladies and gentlemen, that's how you all grow. That is how you grow and buy multiple properties without having to have multiple down payments or keep saving up money to buy another property, another property, another property. All right, y'all. So I just wanted to show you all exactly what a deal looks like when using the BRRR strategy. This is something that you all can use when you're going out looking for your deals, or if you have a deal under contract, you can use this same template or this same process to identify what your transaction should look like from the beginning to end. So hopefully this helps you all out a lot. Now, one thing I do want to mention, I've been getting a lot of messages, a lot of people reaching out to me on Instagram and YouTube asking about our mentorship. So the answer is yes, we're finally launching our mentorship. This is how you can get on the list, because the mentorship is going to be for a small group of people, because we want to nurture our mentees. So this is how you can get on the list. If you go in the description of this video, there's a link. The link will take you to a website that will allow you to get on the list for mentorship. Starting in January 2022, we're going to be launching our mentorship program. So please hurry up and get on that list, because if you wait too late, the list is going to get too long and you're going to have to wait to the next round. So go ahead and get on that list. If you're interested in our mentorship, if you live in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, or if you live outside of the DMV area, you can still be a mentee. But we're focused on our DMV area, and we know the area like the back of our hand. So thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully this all helps you all out, and I'll see you all next time.